friends, it's Deb from Bowl Me Over. Welcome to my home. Today I have a great recipe for you. It is the viral TikTok chicken cobbler. Not all cobblers are sweet, some are savory, and they are delicious. So I'm excited to share this recipe. Let's jump right in it, and let me tell you what we need. And I should say, although it looks like there's a lot of things on the counter here, it comes together really easy. It's just a super simple recipe. So let's get started. The ingredients we need are, for the filling, some chicken, and it's cooked chicken. You could use rotisserie chicken. I have some cooked chicken breasts. We're gonna need about 4 cups there. For the sauce, it's gonna be cream of chicken soup and some evaporated milk. We have some seasonings, and that is salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning, and some garlic. Lastly, this is great because it's like one meal all in itself. So we're gonna use some frozen vegetables. All that goes into the cobbler itself. And then for the topping, for the yummy topping, which you're gonna fight over every little bit, we're gonna use Bisquick. You could also use like Red Lobster biscuit mix, so that would be fine too. We're gonna use shredded cheese, some garlic, and milk. And remember, all of the ingredients are listed below, so just click see more. The recipe's there, along with some different tips and tricks and stuff. You can head over to the blog to learn those, and the blog is bowlmeover.com. Okay, let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do, and you might have heard it beep just when we got started, but I've preheated the oven to 375 degrees. So that is happening. And I'm gonna take my casserole dish, it's a 9x13 casserole dish, and spray it with nonstick cooking spray. And just set that aside. That way I don't forget to do it later. And y'all know why we use nonstick cooking spray, right? It is to make it easier to clean up. Big bonus in my world. Nobody wants to be standing there forever at the sink. So that's why you spray those things. Let me move a couple of stuff out of the way, just so we have just a little bit more working surface. And hang on a quick sec. Remember, we need 3 to 4 cups of diced chicken. So that's what I'm gonna do here, is just dice up. And these are just chicken breasts that I cooked off. I usually get like a packet of them and then just cook them all off, and we can use them for sandwiches or casseroles or whatever, you know, like for those times when you can't make it over to Costco. That works just fine. And for this recipe, we need about 3 to 4 cups. So let me just dice this up. I have my 4-cup measuring cup here, so this will just take a minute. Have you, just out of curiosity, have you heard of this recipe? It's really good. The first time when I was recipe testing and started developing it, I was like, oh, this one, I felt like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, you know, like this one is too bland. Oh, this one is too dry. So I finally settled on the recipe that I posted on the blog, and it's really wonderful. It just has so much flavor. Okay, almost done. And I have, might be a nice tip for you, but I have about 3 other chicken breasts that are here and cooked. And I'm going to dice those also after the casserole's in the oven. And because I want to put them in the freezer, so I'm going to dice them. I'm going to put them in one cup size plastic wrap, and then put them in the freezer and just make it easy when I need like a cup of chicken. So, hey, that looks just about right. Perfect. Let me set this aside for now. and get rid of this. I'll be right back. Okay, so that was easy enough, right? Now we're gonna make our sauce. And for the sauce, we're gonna use the cream of chicken soup, the evaporated milk, the spice mix that I talked about earlier, and garlic. So first thing we're gonna do is just empty this into our bowl. And we'll mix that together and then add just a couple more things. Perfect. And this just takes a minute. Oh, that worked well. I was gonna get a spatula out for that. Will I get lucky? Well, yep. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna add the evaporated milk. You could use regular milk, but the evaporated milk is a little creamier, and that's why I chose that. Because when you're taking so many shortcuts with mixed vegetables and, you know, like pre-cooked chicken and stuff, you want the things that you use to have the highest amount of flavor. So that's just a good tip for you. So we're just gonna mix this together and just get it going. I could use my whisk, and I of course chose to wear black today. So my goal today is to not wear the sauce. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, so we need our spice mix, so I'm gonna add that. And then we'll let that sit for just a minute, and I'm going to mince a clove of garlic. And you remember how you do this. I do have my garlic roller, which I love, but I'm just gonna show you this real quick. To get the paper off the garlic, you put your knife on it, pop it with the back of your hand, and most times, as you can see, it peels right off. So that works great. So now, we're gonna hit it again, and run our knife through it several times, and we want it to be well minced. And again, here we could use garlic powder or garlic salt, but I just like that intensity that you get from like regular garlic, fresh garlic. Okay, perfect. I can hear some barking in the background. Hopefully my dogs don't come dashing out here, but if they do, you'll understand, right? It's the life of having dogs. So last week when you were here, the great freeze, you know, for Oregon was dissipating, and so we've had weather in the 40s, but we're just now getting rid of all of the snow, because the ice was like an inch thick at the end. So it was kind of crazy. Okay, so here is our sauce mix. Let me just see if I can get it a little smoother. And, that's not gonna happen with my spoon, so let's use the whisk, because that's gonna do the trick. And that's perfect. Okay. That's perfect. So to the sauce, we're gonna add our diced chicken and our mixed vegetables. Now the recipe calls for 10 ounces. This is a 12-ounce container, so I'm just gonna save some on the bottom. And that's probably just about right. And now I'm going to mix all of this together. Easy enough, huh? That is perfect. You could use fresh vegetables, of course. I like the ease of the frozen vegetables, personally. Okay, our prepared casserole dish. And we're just gonna take our mixture and pour it into the dish. Okay, perfect. Take the back of your spoon and just even it out. And that is exactly what we need. I'm gonna clean up my workspace and make a little more room to make the biscuits. I'll be right back. Okay, so now it's time to make the biscuits. It's really easy. For that, we're gonna need 2 cups of Bisquick. So let me grab that. And I forgot one of the ingredients. I forgot butter. It was on the stove melting, so don't forget, you'll need butter also. It's in the notes down below. Okay, so you could use, if you have Bisquick, great. You could use the knockoff brand. That would be fine too. And you need 2 cups. You could even use, I've used pancake mix. It's kind of sort of the same thing, so don't stress if you don't have Bisquick. You do need something other than regular flour, so it needs to be like Bisquick or pancake mix. Okay, I'm just gonna set that aside. And to that, we're gonna add our remaining ingredients, which is the garlic powder. Just gonna sprinkle that. Shredded cheese. Let's see, I'm gonna pour in my butter. It's perfect. And milk. And I wanted to give you another tip, and that is one thing I always keep on hand is powdered milk, just plain old powdered milk, because there's always a time when I don't have milk on hand, and it's just a great substitute. And because I'm not like drinking it at the table, you know, it's not like it tastes icky or doesn't taste quite right. It's perfect for baking. Now, when you mix this, it's going to look a little lumpy, and lumpy's okay. In fact, I'm gonna come get the camera and just show you how this is gonna look when you are mixing it, okay? Be right there. Okay, see how that looks? It's not perfect. There are a few lumps. In fact, we want there to be a few lumps, because if you make it perfectly smooth, the biscuits are going to be tough. So this looks just exactly perfect. Okay, I'm thinking you guys can see everything well here. Now we just need to drop the biscuits onto our chicken cobbler. And you can do it a couple of different ways. If you're super anal and want to see everything look exactly the same, use a small cookie cutter. Works great. That's not me, but you know, you do you. I just use 2 spoons and it's about 2 tablespoons. And the thing is with this, as you drop it, or as it cooks, it's going to expand as it cooks. So even though there may be gaps that you see, by the time this is done, there won't be. So bear with me for a minute. I'm gonna dot all of the biscuits on top of the casserole, the chicken mixture in the chicken cobbler. Just work along with me. Just take a minute. Okay. See? That didn't take long at all. Now I'm gonna take this beautiful casserole and I'm gonna put it in the oven. It's gonna be in there, I think it's about 40 minutes. I'm gonna pull it out when the top is golden brown and the biscuits are set, and it's gonna be a little hot and bubbly, might even bubble over a little bit, so it's never a bad idea to slide a cookie tray underneath it, but I think it's gonna be fine, so. Isn't that gorgeous? You know what? I'll swing around again and just show you the top of the casserole real quick, since I can't like tilt it or anything. I'll be right there. Okay, this is how it looks. And again, all these little spots where it looks like there's no biscuits, it's gonna fill in as it bakes. So let's put it in the oven and bake it until it's golden brown. Oh goodness, guys, does the house ever smell good? And yes, the casserole is done. This is hot, bubbly deliciousness here. Oh goodness. Love me some biscuits. That looks really good. I'm just gonna grab me a little cup because I'm gonna save the rest for dinner, but I had to try this for you. Now, if you were up close, the biscuits are super tender and just barely with a spoon, they just break perfectly. And remember too, when I said it would cover the whole casserole, and you can see here that it did. I should probably get and bring you over here, but hang on. See how it covered up that whole casserole? As those biscuits expand, it's just perfect. This is one of those casseroles that makes me happy. If food can make you happy, this is where you start. You know, it's amazing how something so simple as those couple of ingredients, the chicken soup, the evaporated milk, super creamy. You know, you could add, you know, it'd be good in here, cream cheese. You could add some cream cheese to make it creamier, but I really think you don't need to. Then the extra Italian seasoning, you can taste that in there, and the salt and the pepper. That's yummy. Perfect with the vegetables, so it's a complete meal in one if you want to have it that way, so that works just great. Let me give it a real try here, hang on. You guys, you need to make this. There's a reason it's a viral recipe. Viral TikTok recipe. You know, chicken's already cooked, so it was super easy to put together. You know, the prep took, what, 10 minutes tops? Probably do it in 5 if you weren't jabbering the whole time. The chicken is tender, biscuits are perfect. And just about everybody I know would stand in line for that. It's really, really good. So hey guys, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. I always appreciate that. If there's a recipe you'd like to see, leave a comment and tell me what that is. Head over to the blog. There's more tips and tricks on this. I'll also link up some recipes for you to that would serve well with it if you want to serve something else with it. Ton of chicken casseroles on the recipe on the blog, and the blog is bowlmeover.com, bowl-me-over.com. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much for being a part of my little family here at Bowl Me Over. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week. That's good.